Welcome to episode 3 of the Unnaturals. This episode is powered by RPGsessions.com, and a huge thanks to our Patreon Council of Moths for their ongoing support. That would be A Satchman, Nathan Gervais, Logan Williams, JJ87, Kato of Borg, and Mick80 Horizon. Thank you so much.
All
Destiny
right.
token.
So this is what I'm going to start doing, okay? We're going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to roll for Destiny. And then we're going to have our strong start. Since this is a little different, though, because we are not playing our characters right now, the ones that you guys have created and been playing for a little bit. This is a little bit of what you would consider a flashback or a prologue to the story that we've already started. So as you guys play these characters, just know that this is just kind of like a one-shot. Play your characters with the descriptions there as best as you can, but also have fun with them. Yeah. They're going to be just here for this one shot. We may or may not see them later. We'll have to see how this session goes. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. You all are from the planet of Spinter. Professor Hinlow is a professor at the University of Relis. He has found or came across some coordinates to a planet that was not known, that had never been explored, and has some potential ruins on it that are fascinating to him. He really is interested. He called up his buddy, Dr. Redder, to join him. His intern was eager to be by his side as well, and because, you know, it's an unknown area, they decided to have a hired gun come along just to kind of help protect him, which is Cal. With that little setup, as you guys are going to be on this mysterious planet, let's go ahead and roll some destiny points.
Oh no. Oh no. Is it up for me to save us? Oh no.
That is so fortuitous.
Dark side points.
5 dark side points.
Surely nothing will go wrong on this
great
expedition.
That's so awesome. You find yourself on a jungle planet. This jungle planet is teeming with life, with flora, with fauna, and it's currently very wet. It's raining right now at this camp. As you look around this camp, you see tents that are set up, you see equipment, you see some tables. You are getting up from a rainy night's slumber. Who would like to first come out of their tent first and describe your character a little bit?
I think it would make sense if I did that. Kind of stepping out. He'd been keeping watch, and he'd set up some like programs to keep watch in the night, just for a little bit while he himself got some sleep. Steps out Kalnora Klubanis, he's dressed in kind of like a military surplus style jacket and pants. Yeah, lots of pockets everywhere. He's got the 3 eye stalks that are known for his people, which are called Gran.
Yep, the Gran.
And he glances around the camp saying, rain again. Well, must be about it. And he starts to preparing the rest of the campsite and making some food and rations for the 3 people who kind of hired him on as a bodyguard here. He's keeping an eye out to see if any creatures or animals come by, but it's, as far as he's been aware, been pretty consistently slow. So he's just been building and working on the relations that he's got with these people who, to greater or lesser degrees, been embracing him, but mostly focused on their own work.
Yeah. Great. And you're right. Up to this point, it's been pretty easy. You've heard the jungle sounds, through the rain. It's been mostly pretty quiet. You're looking forward to joining this crew. Okay, so who would like to step out next from their tent and give us a little description?
I can. Out from his tent steps a small Drawl. For those of you who are like me and were previously unfamiliar with Drawl, they are a hamstery, chipmunky, beaver-like looking species. Professor Hinlow, who I'm playing, steps out of this tent and sees Cal going through the stuff, and he'll speak up and say,
Cal, so glad to see that you're up and about. It's a beautiful morning this morning, isn't it?
And the rain just keeps coming down in sheets, And
It sure is a morning.
I have a really great feeling. Today's the day we find those ruins.
That's what you said yesterday, sir.
I'm never going to be able to get any of this equipment working in the rain like this. And he's just mumbling in his tent as the rain pours down. And finally, eventually, Dr. Zerja Redder, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, Abednego. Sure. Yeah.
Abednego comes out holding some smaller equipment that he kept in his tent because it's very expensive and very easily damaged, and I don't know why Vuvex or Professor Hinlow wanted me to bring all of this equipment, because this really should be staying at the wherever he
university.
works. The university here, yes, the university that he works.
And as he comes out and all three of you start getting ready and rain still continues to come down, last.
Apologies. I was fixing my hair, but it's okay. She is a Bothan. She's actually very well put together. She has a braid. She looks very studious, very well kept. She has a data pad on her at all points, which she checks every 2 seconds. But I am playing Kusan Ufa. I think that's how you say it. Sure. But yeah, she's an intern and she is very eager to be here, if not completely out of place. And she runs over to Professor Hinlow and is like, apologies, I am here and ready to go now. And what direction are we going this time?
Professor Hinlow's, it takes this massive map out of his backpack. Like, it looks like I don't even know how it fits in there, but he pulls it out and he lays it out on some sort of flat surface that's maybe under some sort of like canopy that they had set up the night before.
Yeah, some canopy
and
there. Yeah, sure.
You see a bunch of like red X's all over this map of like sites, and there's 2 circles left on this map of potential locations that haven't been explored yet. And he says,
Well, we only have 2 more locations to look for, and I'm getting a really good feeling about the south ruins.
And those south ruins on the map, it's weird because they're in this crevice, this kind of little valley that juts down. You can't really see anything on the surface, but you're hoping that maybe there's something down there.
Do we have any other information about this valley?
Not much. In fact, you guys, this whole planet is a brand new planet. Just discovered. Coordinates somehow came to Professor Hinlow, and he's eager to find something extraordinary. And there's always the possibility of treasure and other valuable relics that may be found in these areas, as well as notoriety and fame that accompanies, with finding something new like this.
I just realized my character's voice is Pinocchio from Shrek.
And
Oh
Toad.
no.
Oh no. That's fine. I'm committed to the bit.
Well, you guys all are preparing yourselves for the day. The rain continues to come down. You prepare some breakfast, prepare your belongings, prepare for a little bit of a hike, and be sure to, especially Dr. Redar, be sure you bring whatever instruments you feel like are necessary. You got a whole bunch on your character sheet. You can't take them all, but feel free to take whichever ones you feel like would be beneficial.
All right. Oh my goodness.
And you guys will be preparing to head out here in just a moment. Anything else that you guys would like to do while here at camp?
While they are getting ready, Kusan is fussing over Professor Hinlow. Not like actually fussing, but like, did you make sure you packed enough water? You have water on you, right? You've been drinking all morning, right? You're hydrated. She is just being overly attentive.
Yes.
And Hinlow's just like,
Yes, I'm fine. I'll have you know that I'll remind you, this is not my first expedition, even if it is yours. Just wait till we reach that site. When you experience an archaeological site for your first time, you will see why I'm so excited to get started.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm so excited.
Dr. Redder is taking his time, being very careful to pack up all of this equipment neatly stowed in his backpack. Basically multiple layers of like protective casing. You see as he puts like this scanner in a bag into another like box that has a custom fit for it, and then the box into the backpack as well. And he's got like boxes tied to the backpack, everything stacked up haphazardly, but also like very precisely.
And as Henlo's like going around the camp, like just kind of making sure everything is good to go, he sees you being overly prepared, and he's just like
vigilant as always.
I don't see you paying for this equipment if it's broken.
So true, so true.
Cheap as always, Hinlo. Let's get a move on.
And with that, there's this kind of screen wipe, and we see these four people, kind of this montage of, hiking through the forest, hiking through the jungle. I mean, hiking through and, up over a couple hills, across some tight edges, through some brush. And this montage continues until you get to this one montage where you guys walk up and look down and see this very deep crevasse. And it looks like there might be a path that as you are able to work your way down, but it does look like, at the very bottom, it's kind of dark down there, but you may see something down there. Any specific way you guys would like to travel down? Or do you want to just take the path?
I have climbing gear.
That makes one.
That makes one of us.
Well, I'm assuming if like Hinlo sets it up, that everybody could then climb down.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably not a one person only thing.
You all kind of go down on one rope, secure the top, and
do we think that's the safest or best route? It may take a little longer, but maybe we take the path.
I mean, what else is climbing gear for?
Some of us just aren't as experienced as you are, Professor.
I don't want to get rained on all day, so
And I
I'll
can't
take the
wait to
quicker
see
route.
this site.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand, Coulson, if you need it.
Thanks.
Yeah, not
So
to
I'll start. Hinlo's gonna start setting up the climbing gear.
okay. So you get the climbing gear set up, you tie it up at the top, and you've got a nice rope to go down. Who goes down first, second, third, fourth? What does this look like?
I'm gonna go down before Coulson. That way I can give any advantages I have to her.
What's everybody's brawn? Or what? Yeah, I'm at 2.
3 brawn.
1. Okay, so maybe the 2 3s go first. We'll go from highest to lowest. How does that sound?
I'd like to go that way I can pass my advantage to Coulson. So maybe it's 3 2 3 1.
Or 3 1 3 2. Yeah. Either way. Yep, that works.
Yeah.
In
Right now-
game speak, we're looking at each other and saying who's got the burliest arms.
Yes. Because right now, all I'm asking is just your order. Who's ever going down first? But it sounds like you want the stronger ones down first, going first, with maybe the weaker ones coming at the very end there. Does that sound accurate?
Don't
Either
all
that or
jump at the
alternate.
opportunity
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
And Dr. Ritter will go first.
Dr. Redder starts to go down.
I'm gonna pull out my gun real quick, and I'm just gonna keep an eye out, kind of like taking an Overwatch, just to make sure that nothing kind of happens as he's down there, and I can
Okay.
keep a good eye on what's going on.
Okay. So you're going down one at a time then, not all
Yeah.
at the same time.
I think that makes the most sense.
Dr. Redar, he goes down, and it's quite a ways down there. In fact, as he starts getting near the bottom, you kind of lose sight because it's so dark down there. But after maybe about 5 minutes, Dr. Redar hits the bottom of the gorge. Who would like
That's
to
a
go
long
next?
way down.
I'm gonna use my ear comm. I'm like, Doc, you got visual down there? I lost sight of you.
I've reached the bottom. It is a bit of a climb, but it is very beautiful down here. Just taking in the sights.
Discovery awaits.
And Henlo grabs onto the climbing gear and also starts to shimmy down.
Coulson's pacing anxiously.
It's gonna be fine.
Professor, as you start to climb down, about halfway through, the rain starts to let up, and the sky, above you starts to clear up a little bit. And you start feeling that warmth of that jungle sun, and the humidness that's just all over the jungle now. You see steam rising from plants and rocky outcroppings that are now being hit by the sun as you're climbing down. As you're about halfway down, you start to hear some squawking that sounds like it's getting louder to you. Cal, you said that you were up there kind of watching.
Yeah, I got my gun.
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception or a vigilance check, maybe, if you were just kind of keeping an eye out.
Sure, I'll do vigilance.
I'm keeping an ear out if that matters.
Do you want to give me a perception check or a vigilance check as well, Lacey?
Yes.
Okay.
What difficulty are you thinking?
Let's do 1 purple, but 2 setback, because it is kind of misty and foggy, as well as pretty, lots of flora around here.
1 success, 1 advantage, and 1
No
try.
successes. None.
Wow.
Not at all.
Okay. Kosin, you're trying to keep an ear out, but I don't know, something, maybe just
I'm anxious.
Yes, the newness of this whole place, the humidity suddenly that hits you in your nice pressed clothes, you're starting to feel really sweaty. So maybe you just kind of lose track of that hearing. Cal, with that 1 success, you instantly kind of hear where this is coming from, and as you look over, you see down in the gorge, about even with Professor, what looks to be a group of bats that seem to be heading his way.
Professor Hinlow, I don't mean to alarm you, but you've got some jungle bats making way towards you. I would advise either quickening your step or finding a way to bunker down while I take some pot shots. Please hold. And I like...
He's gonna say,
Jungle bats? Where? I must study these exquisite specimen.
and he's at this point like aiming now for the bat. Doesn't even give like the response.
and Henlo stopped on this rope and is now like looking around trying to find the bats.
These are long range away.
Perfect.
And
I like that.
yeah, and as they're flying, they look like they're heading right to Professor Hinlow. Professor Hinlow, you're hearing them come closer to you. And Cal, did you say you wanted to?
Do I see them at this point?
Yeah, they're a long ways away from you and long ways away.
Do they look menacing?
They look like just these giant bats. That what we notice here
Giant.
on
Size
Earth.
comparison to Hinlow. What are we talking?
They're probably very similar in size to Professor, and they're heading your way.
Would Hinlow feel fear in this moment, or would he feel bewilderment and like curiosity of wanting to study them?
Oh, you
based
tell
on
me.
like how they're flying and.
Now your scientist friend down at the bottom, he is a scientist. He knows a lot about biology and has some things like that. So maybe you could talk with him and you can decide how you feel.
I also have a very high intelligence roll. If I could I roll for xenology to see if I'm familiar with these?
You could. Let's do this. Let's get Cal. You had 1 advantage and 1 triumph with that perception, with that vigilance check. What would you like to use that for?
I'd like to use the advantage towards. Well, I guess you've already seen it, so it's not like I can use it to like help you spot it better.
Yeah.
Maybe the triumph could be that like you see a weak spot on these.
Perhaps the triumph is I'm kind of like watching their like flight path, and there's like this is a jungle biome, so perhaps there's a tree or like a rock that's like kind of being held by like several by like a tree or two, and it's kind of like just hanging out over that like ridge, maybe like a little ways from Professor Hinlow. It's like, okay, if I could successfully take like 2 or 3 shots, I could like break that tree and have it fall as they pass by.
Very nice, very cinematic. So let's do this. With that triumph, let's say that happens and give yourself a free upgrade on a ranged heavy check. Dr. Rudder, are you doing anything down on the ground?
What did you say about bats? If you could give me a brief description, and if you could attempt to capture a live specimen as well. But if not, I'm sure there are others.
Now, Professor Hinlow, you said you also wanted to try to do a xenology check.
Yeah, just whatever check to recognize, see if I can recognize the species.
Okay.
Or any information about them.
Let's get Cal's shot. Let's see what happens first, and then we'll get your check as that tree. If he hits that, hits that rock, and you get some.
Yeah, the doctor can study them if they fall out of the sky.
That's right.
I prefer live specimens, but again, I'll take what I can get.
So for what should I be rolling for the shot?
Well, let's say you're not aiming for the bats, you're aiming for that outcropping. So yeah, just do like a ranged heavy combat check, since that's your gun that is the long range.
Oh, and it's long range still then.
Yep, long range. And
Upgrades are better than boosts, aren't they?
2 success and a threat.
oh, great. Cal, you tag that rock you were hitting, and it loosened up just enough to where that tree starts to fall, and it's going to take some of them out. What does that look like here?
Yeah, he's kind of like watching. He's like, steady, there you are, and pulls the trigger, and there's like the sound like as like the shot goes and slices through a portion of like this root that was holding on the tree there, and it begins to like timble and fall, and a portion of the swarm of bats just like suddenly is gone as this large tree like falls directly through them, and the rest of the ones that might be there like kind of like scatter about and are now looking a little bit less certain or a bit more confused about where they should be going.
So we're going to say with those 2 success, you take out 2 of the bats.
Only one shot. That sounds. Then he hears the cracking of the tree falling.
And it echoes.
He starts. You just hear
the
like,
gorge.
yeah, you just hear him just like huffing it to just try and get out of the way of the tree falling. Gotta
Give me like a-
Cal, after you take that shot, you're able to hit that, just like you said, that tree starts to fall down, hits some of those bats, and they all kind of flutter around. A couple of them get caught underneath that tree, and it falls down to the floor of the gorge with this loud thud and crash and crack, as it hits other branches and stuff on the way down. Great shot. The only thing is you start to really feel that humidity in the jungleness, and go ahead and take 1 strain with that threat. Now, as the bats start to, assess what's happened to part of them, and they're now lower in the gorge, they see Dr. Redar and start to head right towards him. They're now, with all this happening and the flying and everything, they're probably within short range of Dr. Redar. Dr. Redar, anything that you want to do?
Oh goodness, they're coming in very quickly. He doesn't have anything on him except a knife.
Could I do that 1 knowledge check just because that might give us some
You bet.
useful info?
Let's do this. Let's do, since this is a new planet, could be a lot of different life and species here that are unfamiliar. So let's make this a hard check with a setback, since they're still kind of a ways away from you.
Can I assist him with being like, remember, Professor, it could also be like this species or that species?
Sure. Yeah,
Just
you
because
bet.
she's also
Yeah.
studied before they got there.
How many ranks do you have in xenology?
Hold on.
Like how many yellow dice?
I have 2.
Xenology.
2 ranks? Okay, and now I will take an additional yellow instead of a boost. Okie dokie.
I am useful.
1 failure, 2 advantage.
Wow.
I am
So
not that useful.
You're just not able to really. I mean, this is could be a brand new species of bat, of some kind of flyer. You don't recognize them. They have, different, similarities with other species that maybe you've seen, but you just can't identify anything specific about what these are, what strengths or weaknesses they may have. You got 2 advantages though. What would you like to do with those?
Can the 2 advantages be that maybe as I'm watching them and trying to study them, I noticed that along the floor of the gorge, there are these like fallen plump fruits that have kind of fallen from the trees above that are on the ground, and maybe like assess that bats generally like fruit, and maybe like Professor Hinlow could use that to like distract them or appease them, or if that's too much for 2 advantage, let me know.
Yeah, no, I like it. That sounds great. We'll go back to Dr. Redar and see what as these bats start to come towards you. Professor Hinlow, do you share this with Dr. Redar?
So as I look down this gorge, say,
Dr. Redar, if you look to your left, there's a couple fruit on the ground. See if you can appease the bats with those.
Oh, fruit. But I was gonna study that. That's all right. That's fine. and he gets on the ground, kind of like still a little unsure what to do with the fruit now that he's kneeling down next to it. Sets down his scanner, then looks over at it, and then has an idea. He starts trying to tinker with the scanner a little bit, such that he can make it emit a very high-pitched pulse to kind of disrupt some of the
Echolocation.
And sound and kind of temporarily blind them. And I believe that mechanics probably.
Yeah, that sounds good. With the 2 advantages from Nate and that fruit, anywhere that you would want to use that in it and give yourself a boost?
I don't know. I'm trying to think
Maybe
of like
use it to distract them long enough to like do
like
what you need to do.
I throw 1 or 2 over and then they get a little bit distracted by it. So yeah, for that boost. All right, and then what difficulty on this are you thinking? You're just
working on this mechanics. You're not sure, so let's do two purples with a setback since you're unsure about the biology of these things.
Setback. All right, well, let's roll that, shall we? Because I cannot upgrade because we don't have any light side points.
Oh yeah, I gotta start using those. Huh?
0 and successes and 2 advantage. Lovely.
I am contagious.
So it seems. I think they like the fruits, but not enough.
Yeah, so tell me what happens here. You're trying to discombobulate them a little bit with some other sounds, some other high pitches kind of things?
Yeah, I think he thought that readjusting some of the frequencies on this scanner would take a lot less time than what actually happened, and he didn't realize how much pressure he was under in the middle of this, and simply did not have the wherewithal to complete this task before the bats began like swarming around him.
Yeah.
Or coming straight for him after the fruits were gone.
No, that sounds great. You got 2 advantages though. Anything you want to do is 2 advantages.
The fact that they at least liked the fruit means that they probably are not like omnivores, which means they probably don't have predatory tendencies. This might just be a territorial thing, if anything. So they're not looking to eat me.
Okay, no, that sounds good. So as you guys have discovered this fruit, these things, you try to confuse them a little bit with some frequencies. That didn't seem to work, but you're pretty sure that this fruit might be what they're looking for. And as they swirl around you, they seem to go after that fruit, land, and they're pretty large, bats. They land, grab some of the fruit and start chomping at it. Look back at you, Dr. Redar, which they're like short range from you now. Give you this kind of like hiss, grab it in their mouths, and then fly off.
Very nice.
I would have liked to study them for a little bit longer, but alas. He just
Greater exploration awaits, Doctor.
just
Himos
brushes
is on the
himself
ground
off.
All right.
I suppose it does.
The rest of you are able to climb down the ropes and get down to the bottom of the gorge. And down here, it's still pretty humid, but it's just a lot darker now that it's kind of down underneath a canopy that's up above and the walls that are really high. Just very low light down here. And you start to make your way forward. As you start to move forward, you pass this tree with some bats that seem to have been flattened. There's this wing sticking out from one of the sides of the tree. As you continue on, if you would like to continue on, unless Doctor would like to stop and analyze those bats more.
I stop for a second and just like feverishly type notes in my data pad. Take a picture.
Can I say I have like a little syringe or something I can go and like try to like draw out a vial of its blood?
Sure. Yes, I'm sure you've got that kind of stuff. The scientist probably has some of that type of stuff nearby. Yes.
I would hand this vial to the scientist, to the doctor.
For your safekeeping, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I'm just assuming this implies the presence of a predator of some sort.
Don't worry. Do not worry. It is, these are simply territorial creatures, and we stumbled upon their territory, and I believe after this show of aggression, as you will, they should not try anything again. he says very confidently, but also definitely doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's just making assumptions.
Yes.
Exactly. Because he doesn't want to look bad.
Yes. That's great. Yes, Cal.
Cal's just gonna like look at you as you say all that. He's like, well, if they come back, I'll finish them.
Good to know.
You move forward. You continue on after drawing some samples from these bats. You walk for a good 10 minutes or so, and in this gorge, it kind of meanders back and forth, on the bottom floor here. There's still plant life and growth. As you start to move forward after about 10 minutes, you start to notice bones on the floor of this gorge. And they're just kind of littered around. The more you move forward, the more these bones seem to increase in size as well as quantity. But that...
My previous statement about possible predators in the space of prey, are they still founded, Doctor?
Well, you see, there's certainly no cause for alarm, as this very well could just indicate Professor Hinlow, why wouldn't you chime in on the subject?
No time, my good doctor. Discovery
That
awaits.
is right, yes. Exactly.
Yes, of course.
As he quickly throws down a bone that he had been holding.
And Hilo is very like with a walking with a purpose.
Yes.
With a little, it's like a little, it's like the mom power walk. Kind of like, but it's kind of, it's a very like purposeful walking forward at a brisk pace of a walk, excitedly hurried towards potential discovery and archaeology.
I'm just gonna lean into Kosin and I'm gonna go, I'll protect you. Don't worry.
Thanks.
And then he just also follows the other ones.
She like hurriedly follows everyone, staying with the pack.
And Professor Hinlow, as he's kind of walking with this purpose, it's about the same speed as everybody else just walking normal, since he's got little legs. As you are starting to encounter all these bones on the ground strewn throughout this area, that's when you see it. You see this large, dark structure. And as you continue, there seems to be this path that's been, it's got some bones and other foliage and stuff that's grown on it, but definitely there was some kind of stone path that leads up to this structure.
This is truly fascinating.
Tap, 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 as she's entering stuff into her data pad and taking pictures again.
I've got my rifle in hand. Is it possible to say that I have like a light on there?
Check that rifle. I think there is a light on it.
They say nothing under other detail. Oh, integrated illuminator. Oh, yeah. I do have a light on. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, perfect.
It's like,
Yeah, so I'll turn the light on and kind of like...
It's like I thought about all this stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, so Cal, so you got your rifle. It's got a little light on it. You turn it on.
Yeah. He's going to flash it towards the like large dark shape in front of them.
And as you do, it lights up, right? Because it's fairly dark. It's kind of like a dusk lighting, right now down here. And as you do, you sweep up this light and you're able to see a good short to medium range in front of you with it. And it does light up and it looks like it's just this very kind of sterile black building. Not a pyramid, but the walls of it are kind of angled ever so slightly, and it seems to be large and situated right in the middle of this gorge.
I'm going to say then, Professor, I think we found whatever it was you're looking for.
Professor, what do you think?
That does seem to be the case.
And then he says,
Onward.
Professor is just too anxious to start really exploring, and he just starts to head right towards what looks to be some kind of entrance. There's some pillars on the side of these entrances. And Professor, as you approach this, would you just give me a perception check?
I was going to ask if there's any kind of, it looks like trap systems or like defense systems
Yeah, if you would like to do a perception check as well, that would be great.
Yes, please.
Difficulty will be 2 purple with 2 setback unless there's a light source.
I have a glow rod.
I do
Okay.
too.
Go ahead and
So-
remove one of those setbacks.
Okay, so you said perception difficulty with 1 setback.
Yep, 2 purple with 1 setback.
Never mind.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, actually,
It's still roll.
can I say that? Can I just add a boost to that for me assisting if we're both doing it?
Sure.
That might help remove some of those threats.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that. I got 2 success, 2 threats, and a
We'll
triumph.
keep that. That's fine.
Okay.
Boosted matter.
All right. So as you guys start to check out this edifice, the first thing you notice is there's hardly any kind of writing, any kind of symbols, except for one that just seems to appear repeatedly throughout the surface. This symbol looks like a single straight line with rays coming out from it. And it's like everywhere carved into the side.
Is there some kind of knowledge check that the
Yeah, like a lore check or something. Henlo would walk up to it and like rub hands over it and dust it off and
Yeah.
try to get a better look with the glow rod.
Well, let's do this first. Let's take care of that triumph. What do you want to do with that triumph course? Oh, and as you look, interesting enough, it doesn't seem like there are traps. Doesn't seem like, you're very cautious as you look around. Kosin, maybe you've looked through your data pad and have all sorts of, books about archaeological sites and traps that are found there, and you're not like seeing any of those indicators that you would normally see on other archaeological sites.
Have I possibly read or like seen like detail of any other archaeological sites like this? Like, does it bring back memories of, I read about this one time or something like that?
Yeah, and to your point too, Nate, because this is a brand new discovered ruin and planet, this symbol hasn't been seen in any other place. As you think back through, it doesn't recall any kind of connection to any other kind of site that you've studied. Now, Kosin, you've got that triumph still. Anything you want to do with that triumph?
Could there be some kind of old illumination system or generator that she somehow finds the switch for that like just has lighting that still works?
Ooh, very interesting. I like that. Cool addition. Let's say you find as you enter in, or as you look to this entrance, there's a trough that goes along the base of the wall on the path and into. And as you have inspected it, it looks like it's some kind of liquid, maybe some kind of oil that maybe if you light, it would provide a light inside.
She quickly looks around at everyone else, just like, does anyone have any way of lighting something on fire? A lighter, perhaps?
Some of my stove equipment is back at the camp, but did not think to bring that along.
Well, let's see if this works.
And can I see, like, is there like a rock or something? I have a vibra machete on me. Can I like try to flint and steel it with a rock and like get sparks to fly into?
Yeah.
And hopefully I don't chop my hand off.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, go ahead and do, would you want to do maybe like a survival check to see if you can get some sparks
I
off
would
that?
love to do a survival check.
Perfect.
I was very worried for a moment there. I'm no longer worried.
Kosin, with those 2 threat that you had just rolled, as you're looking around and as you look, and you find this kind of rows down at the base entrance, that look like are filled with this fluid, and you turn around and ask them, if anybody has something that can set something on fire, and as you turn back around, that's when you notice a dead body near the entrance. It just makes you suffer 2 strain as there's this body near the entrance.
Alrighty, and she does scream because it is a dead body and she's not used to seeing dead bodies. So her reaction is to scream.
And this seems like a, sentient species dead body.
If you'd like to go inspect it some more, you're welcome to.
As Kosin screams, Professor Henlo is gonna say,
Careful now, Kosin. Mighty precision's needed for this. Don't have to lose a finger.
and what's the difficulty for that survival check?
I'm going to spend a destiny point to
Oh, no.
upgrade
Great.
that.
Wonderful.
Let's just make it one red.
We have one, guys. We have one.
Hooray.
One success, one advantage.
I was gonna say, if you got a
Lovely.
despair, I know what I was gonna do.
Lose a
Perfect.
finger.
Okay, so you're able to smack that vibro machete against a rock. Some sparks fly, hits right in the rows on the edges there, and it ignites, and a flame just goes and just follows right into the ruins, and looks like
Ominous.
throughout the ruins, light starts to emerge.
Extraordinary. But
You had one advantage. Anything you want to do with that advantage?
Maybe it provides enough light, or it like properly lights some aspect of the body that they're about to inspect and can pass a boost.
Sure.
Or remove any
don't-
setback to the darkness if there's setback.
Well, that was the point of it in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you were the first one here, unfortunately. As he walks over to first he goes to inspect the body. I mean, what are we looking at here for inspecting this body?
You could use a medicine check if you would like, or a perception check. Depends on what you kind of want to see. Are you trying to figure out, how did it die, or are you just kind of inspecting to see what's on it? Anything?
I like medicine and
Okay.
like trying to like do a very quick autopsy, like as
Yeah.
brief as can be, just to like, what are we walking into here, right?
Yeah.
So a boost from that, and then what difficulty?
We'll do a difficulty of 2 purple. We won't do any more setbacks since now we got some light that's emanating.
Yay.
And we are going to add a setback though, because it's looking a little
Decayed.
decayed. Yes.
Unfortunate. Might make it a little bit tricky, but not tricky enough.
Nice.
4
do this.
successes, 2 advantages.
If you want to ask me a couple questions, I'll answer directly to what
Excellent.
you want to know about this body with those 4 successes.
Can I just ask what killed this
Sure.
guy? Okay.
Okay, so what killed it? So as you inspect it, you're seeing puncture marks throughout what's left of its decaying body. Not scorch marks, but puncture marks.
Okay. Do they seem too clean to be a living creature that dealt this damage?
They seem, except for, whatever blood might have protruded from these puncture marks, it does seem to be pretty clean.
So one could intuit that it's some type of something from. Well, I mean, never mind. I don't know.
No,
what
go
I'm
ahead, go ahead.
Thinking there. I just don't know where I was going with that, to be honest.
Okay.
This guy's probably a lot smarter than I am.
Can I like lean down as you're looking at it and be like, how old does it look like this body is?
That's a good question. Yes. Well, you see, kind of looks a little bit more at it. How old
Yeah.
will this body be
You're
decaying
thinking
for?
this has been here for about 2 weeks.
Well, it's actually not terribly old. From the rate of decay, I'd probably say between 2.5 weeks or so.
Great.
Professor,
Very recent.
remind me how you found this place.
Yes, please do enlighten us. I would like to hear the story
Yes,
again
Professor,
myself.
tell us.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
Before you tell us, real quick, Doctor, you had 2 advantages. Anything else with all 2 advantages before we
Yes.
hear how Dr. Hinlow found these coordinates? If you want, I could give you something else that would just be a piece of information.
Yeah, something that's like adjacent and helpful, but not like what I was
Creepy.
looking for. Yeah.
As you're looking over this body and doing kind of this little, quick autopsy, you're noticing, and with those 2 advantages, you're noticing his garb and his dress and everything. And there's even like a little maybe insignia somewhere. This is a pirate. Part of some pirate.
Okay.
And maybe you, maybe you even find something that indicates, or some symbol.
Some type of insignia. Yeah.
Yeah, that you recognize as the Tenkar Hunters, a pirate organization around these sectors.
If I were to guess, pirates.
And then to answer the question
Yes.
for before, Professor Hinlow will chime in as he kind of stands up from lighting the trench of oil.
Well, you see, on my previous expedition, we came across this old device. With the good help of the doctor here, we managed to solve it, and it threw coordinates to this system. And somewhere in this sector of the planet, we believed that there was something that it was leading us to, and it seems we are correct.
Well, I don't think we're alone here anymore.
That's ominous.
We shall see.
Maybe we should explore further?
Certainly.
Onward and inward.
He kind of like chokes down on his gun a little bit, and he's like, well, you can kind of like tell by the body language he's shifted from kind of being a bit more chill to like he is ready to shoot.
Don't worry, this one was probably stabbed in the back by one of his other compatriots.
Who might still be around.
It's been at least a couple of weeks. I'm sure they would have left by now.
Hopefully.
Surely.
The doctor has a point. I doubt they'd stick around in this dark place for all this time, unless they were trapped.
Especially with all the rain.
Professor, please don't say things like trapped. I'd rather not think about it.
Well, to be honest, I've felt trapped in that tent this entire time, so at least if I'm trapped in here, I can learn a thing or two.
He's gonna kind of like look at you all and go, the rain was a bad omen, I think. I think we're stepping into trouble. I can't quite put my finger on it, but... And he like looks around the place and sees all the fire, like sees like the whatever this place is like lit up now, and he's like, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Of course.
Had to say the line. Had to say the line.
Of course. Of course.
He looks
All right.
directly at the camera as he says it too.
That's right. Sounds like you guys are taking some steps forward. As you move forward, because of what Kosen was able to find, it looks like this hallway as it enters in is illuminated with this glow from this oil trench at the base of the path. And it seems to continue in, and it does kind of give off this faint eeriness to these halls. As you start to move through, the halls twist and turn a little bit, and as you move further in, you aren't seeing any other necessarily like hallways, but the twists and turns, take you further into this edifice. Who is leading our pack here? What's your kind of marching order?
Hinlow. Hinlow's definitely leading the pack.
Okay.
If he's leading, I'm right behind him.
Okay.
I would imagine right next to her is Cal with the gun up, and like he's kind of like got the flashlight, and because Hinlow's shorter than he is, so he's got like the gun aimed up and like using it as a flashlight, but he's ready to shoot if need be.
Okay.
I think Redar has like his head like down in one of the scanners, trying to like tap some things out and trying to like at the very least map out where they're headed and where they came from.
As you continue on in this order, a professor, as you turn a corner, you don't know if your eyes are playing tricks on you, but you look down the hallway before others kind of turn that corner too. But as you just instantly turn the corner, you swear you see some figure walk out of the wall and into the wall on the other side.
Hello? Who goes there? Could have sworn I saw something.
As I kind of try to like look behind him, I'm like, what? Huh? Where?
Must have
Kosen,
been my imagination.
Kosen, as you come around the corner too, you don't see anything.
Let's not leave this up to one's intuition when we have science. And I would like to pull out my life form scanner.
Hey.
To see if there are any other life forms in a half a kilometer radius. So he takes like a few minutes to set this up.
As you're setting it up, then I'd like to look at like the professor and be like, you said you saw a person go through the wall.
I'm sure it was just a mechanism of my imagination.
It was
there could be
probably the
ghosts.
shadows.
No, don't be silly, dear Cal. There's no such thing as ghosts.
I think we might be in a haunted place. There's a lot of dead bodies here.
There's
And
no
his
such
voice-
things as ghosts.
Well,
I
he
believe
looks
we only
very
saw the
sternly.
one dead body.
Sir, We are here on academic purposes. There are no such things as ghosts. There has never been any science behind it. Please stop, you're freaking me out.
My grandmother saw a ghost once.
All right, so I'm about to have you go check for ghosts outside.
Well, at least I wouldn't be in a haunted place. That's all I'm saying.
I would love, after I get this thing set up, to make a hard education check on this to see if I detect any of these life forms nearby.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you doing anything to modify that roll? Maybe the inside of this place is
nice,
weird.
I need to give you guys some more destiny points.
Yeah, there you go. What's the worst
that
that happens? We don't find anything? Psh.
We already did find the ruins. We kind of came,
Or
but
maybe,
we got what we came
the
for.
Maybe the worst that happens is we do find something.
Bum, bum, bum.
Maybe that's more interesting.
All right, go ahead and roll that
we'll see.
check, Doctor.
4 success and 1 threat.
Okay. You take some time, set this up, and as you're doing it, the lights on the floor, on these tracks, still are illuminating everything. Gives you enough light to kind of set this thing up. And as you do it, you send out the pulse to the nearby area, and you get great amounts of life readings outside of the temple, outside of this edifice. It just teems, with the plant life and other kind of entities. It picks up your 4 signatures, and with those 4 success, you also pick up something that seems to register, but then fade away, like in different areas of this ruin. It's like it's there, but then it's not, and then it's over here, and then it's not.
Well, no, that can't be. Give me one moment. I believe I need to recalibrate this. It's the humidity is messing with some of the. He's just kind of like rambling and grumbling to himself.
Yes, and with that 1 threat, it does concern you just a little bit, because that's a little strange. Go ahead and suffer a strain as you're trying to figure this out.
Your mechanisms might not be working. Is it broken? Oh no.
Continue into the ruin.
Is he gonna redo the machine? Is he gonna attempt to do it again?
I mean, I expect that if he had tried it again, he would probably just get the same results, even after recalibrating and everything.
Yeah, if you take a second to recalibrate it, you send out the pulse again, and you get the exact same reading. This strange,
does he share it with the class?
Biological life form that. Yeah.
There's probably a few. I think. Tenno, come look at this. Come look at these readings. What do you make of these readings?
I make that maybe some rain got on the equipment and is causing the readings to be malfunctioning.
If that's the case, then I would blame you. This is your fault for dragging me here, and it's you should take full responsibility of the damage.
Let's tarry forward.
Doctor, what is the reading?
It's simply that it detects our life signatures. Obviously, we're standing directly next to it, but there's probably something in the walls of this place that's disrupting the signals, and it's bouncing probably one of our life signatures back and forth in some random corridors that are certainly erroneous and not really. It's probably nothing.
As the doctor describes this, I want everybody to give me a fear check with talking of seeing something that's not there, with seeing ghosts. Now, those of you that are more academic, let's make the difficulty a single purple. Cal, let's make yours 2 purple.
1 failure.
1 success, 1 threat.
3 successes.
One
I like
success,
the
one
idea
advantage.
of Hinlow not being scared at all and just walking into whatever this is, and full confidence of it's just your imagination.
Yeah, no, totally.
And Dr. Redder's just convincing himself. He's just
If they're
gaslighting
confident
himself
enough
into
in
thinking.
it, she's confident enough in it.
And Cal, what about you?
He's looking at those results, and he sees the outer area shows a bunch of life forms, and he's like, "Yep, it's ghosts." he ain't like visibly showing anything, but like you could tell like he keeps like glancing back behind you guys like towards the exit and it's like, man, I could leave. I'm being paid to be here and I'm gonna help these fine folk, but I could just leave.
My goodness gracious.
So Cal, from here on out, go ahead and take a setback die to any check that you make. Just as that little bit of a fear is kind of there. Professor Hinlow, you're like, nah, it's probably nothing. You're maybe a little concerned with being threatened that you were the cause and you have to pay for the error of these machines if it was left out in the rain. So go ahead and take a strain. Kosin, you had an advantage. Anything you want to do with your advantage?
Just, she's being more observant now. She's paying more attention. So just boost to her next, like, perception or something.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. You guys continue through more of the corridors and stuff. You turn another corner, Professor, and as you turn that corner, you look down the hall. You swear you see someone walking on the ceiling, and then suddenly they're not there. As you turn another corner, Dr. Redar, you feel like in the very back, you feel like something grabs your leg at one moment. And you turn around and there's nothing there.
Sorry about that unseemly outburst. I think I tripped over a stone.
After some time, as you guys have been walking and experiencing some very strange things, the path finally opens up into this oval room. And this oval room is fairly large. And this room has these 6 kind of upside down cone pillars displayed in a round. And on these pillars, there looks to be some kind of artifact where it looks like a claw kind of a thing on 5 of them. And one pillar is missing that claw. And as you keep looking inside the room, you notice up above this beautiful shining crystal, this big, like as big as maybe like a bowling ball, but it's pointed on both ends, so maybe like a large football, maybe like a rugby. So this very large thing, and it's hanging there from the ceiling. It looks like it's hanging there it looks like chains. There's even some roots that are wrapped around in the chains that seem to be attached to it. It's just hanging there in the middle of the room. These upside down cone pillars, you see 6 archways, and that's kind of what you see. What would you like to do?
Very fascinating.
Can I try to observe and just see if there's anything like further that might be helpful to notice or observe, or like clues, or...
So Professor Hinlow, he's going to start looking around a little bit more. What
I'm looking for mechanisms or anything that seems like it wouldn't be noticed right at first.
Okay.
But like through subtle observation, you could find it, like secret buttons, things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You said that there's 6 of these like pronged things?
There are 6 of these kind of pillars that are about waist high. And on these pillars are these kind of claw things. There's only 5 of these claw things, though. There's one pillar that's missing.
Okay. And then there's 6 archways, you said, as well?
Yep, 6 archways kind of behind each pillar against the wall.
And they go, assumedly, into darkness.
Do you want to check them out? You can go over and start checking those out.
No.
Okay.
No, he'd actually like to look at everyone and go, Professor, perhaps now might be a good time to reset base camp. We could head back and let people know you found a structure out here. And he kind of like looks at you, knowing that it's probably for naught, but is hopeful that perhaps you'll listen.
And Professor Hinlow is too busy looking and sniffing around that like he doesn't even hear you ask the question.
Professor and Kosa, why don't you both give me a perception check? Difficulty will be, let's just make it 2 purple. You've got light illuminating the room, and Cal has his gun flashing around, so no setback. Doctor, would you like to do anything as well?
Yeah, I think Dr. Redder's at this point mostly scanning a lot of the stuff around the room, kind of with the intention of like at the very least recording the stuff that is here and like having some info that we can like look back on and like images and whatnot and all that fun stuff.
Okay. So more recording than looking.
Kinda, yeah.
All right.
So we can have some
I
found
rolled
footage
2
later.
success, and Kosin rolled 1 success for advantage.
Okay, so Professor Hindle, let's go to you first. So you were walking around just trying to get a better idea of what's around. Maybe there's something that you're not seeing. You take some steps in, and I'll give you these 2 things for those 2 successes. As you get closer to those arches, right behind those pillars, each arch actually has some kind of bas-relief engraving on, just on the face of those arches. And they're all unique. They're all very different. You also notice that there are 6 holes up in the ceiling. And you notice that in one of those claw things sits a crystal that looks to be about this big, kind of shard-like, and it's already sitting in one of those claw marks. That's what you start to notice. Kosin, you start looking around for, you said you're looking for buttons, any kind of activations and stuff, right?
Yes.
As you walk around and look, you don't see levers, you don't see buttons. You're even, maybe analyzing floor plates and seeing if there's something, activated, and you're not finding anything in those floor plates on the walls, anything button-like, which is very strange. That you would think would be in something like this, and especially in a room that has, some very odd kind of settings. You have 4 advantages, though. Anything you'd like to do with those 4 advantages?
With the advantages, that could maybe help find another crystal.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah. So, Kosin, you maybe are starting looking up at those holes in the ceiling, and you call Cal over to you, and you have him shine his light up in the holes. There's glimmering lights as he shines that. You see those 6 holes that are up above there. They are filled with crystals, except for that first one.
Okay.
And that first one,
is that first one the one that doesn't have a claw, or it does, but the crystal's connected to the claw?
that first one, there's no crystal in the ceiling, but it is the crystal rests in that claw on the pillar.
She points this out to the professor and is like, Professor, I believe there are other crystals in the ceiling. Not that I know how to reach them, but I think the claws are meant to grab them, like the first one has.
Astute observation.
And as she says that, Kosin, I would like you to make a discipline check. And the discipline check is going to be 4 reds and a purple.
Oh, geez.
Good luck.
That's a difficult.
Pretty much can't pass it, but here we go.
Wow.
0 success, 2 threats.
Wow, that was very close.
Considering everything.
That was a lot of blank dice, surprisingly.
Yes. As soon as you start to talk about these crystals with Professor Hinlow, you have this urge to reach up to this great big crystal in the middle of the room that's about relative to where your head is. You just have this great urge to go over and to grab it.
Am I still nearby her?
So yeah, you're maybe shining your light up, there a little ways.
As she's looking up, she just kind of it catches her eye again, the big old crystal. And she's like, oh, it is lovely. And just starts walking towards it.
Yeah.
Cal's gonna kind of follow, because at this point he's like, well, and he looks at her, and as you say that, he goes, well, I suppose, it's kind of pretty. You're not gonna touch it, are you?
She's reaching out like she's going to.
And as soon as you reach out, you just are drawn to that crystal in the middle of the room. With those 2 threat, I'm going to have you where you just instantly grab it. And as soon as you do, you feel this surge of energy leave you. It's almost as if your hands are locked in the position of this crystal holding it. Go ahead and suffer 2 strain.
Okay.
And everybody, as you start to see this, the second crystal falls directly from the ceiling and into the claw. as that falls and hits the claw, this burst of like a dark cloud just emanates from it, almost like an explosion, but instead of a light, it's like a darkness. As you look behind in that archway, a form moves forward. And
Can I flash my light on it?
yes, yeah. You flash your light over to it. You see this hooded figure. Inside the hood is so dark, you even shining the light on it, you're not sure you can even make out what's inside this hooded figure.
Freeze! Who goes there?
We're gonna do this. I want everybody to roll initiative.
Lovely.
Lacey, I want you to roll initiative too, but you are currently, for lack of a better word, locked onto this crystal.
Okay.
And it seems to, and I don't know if it's similar like this, but if you ever touched something electric, it's almost like you can't let go of it because
Your nerves lock up.
yeah. So you're kind
muscles,
of in
sorry.
you're kind of in
Okay.
that state right now. So yeah,
Is
let's
this
have everybody.
Cool or vigilance? Or...
Vigilance, I'm
Let's do
assuming.
vigilance. Yeah.
I always forget which is which, to be honest.
Uh-huh. 1 success, 3 advantage.
One advantage.
One success, 1 advantage.
Oh, that's true.
That's one
Lovely.
advantage and a triumph.
Heck
Nice.
What a skill to roll the triumph on. You get 1 free maneuver. Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Cal, with your triumph, you can take a free maneuver. Anything you'd like to do for that maneuver. And I guess I'll set up this stage a little bit here. The room itself is probably medium range from edge to edge. You guys, depending, it sounds like Cal and Kosin are kind of in the middle, so basically short range from either wall. Radar and Professor Hinlow, where do you feel like you guys were at?
I feel like Dr. Redar is probably up against some wall on the other side, just not really taking account of where he's at in the room, like in comparison to the others, and just like scanning some markings or whatever somewhere.
Professor Hinlow is up until the point of noticing Kosin, the gym, and all that stuff. He was probably at one of the other pillars, like investigating, looking at any markings and trying to figure it out somewhere else in the room.
And I'll just say this too, Professor, as you were inspecting those pillars, that one that didn't have the little claw, there is like a hole at the top of it that looks like you could insert some kind of spiky claw looking relic into that.
Wonder where we could find that.
I don't know where you could find that. As soon as this entity comes out from the side, it looks around and I'm gonna say, Professor Hinlow, you're probably closest to him. This entity has this kind of breath as soon as he is released that is just kind of felt throughout the area here. Let me just double check one thing here.
Do I get to use my
07?
maneuver?
Yes, yeah. What would you like to do for your maneuver?
But I'd like to enter in a guarded stance.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and that should give me a setback if I choose to attack you. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The initiative order is 1 NPC and then 4 PCs.
There we go. Okay. This thing takes a look at you, Professor, and sees you inspecting these columns, and instantly out from it shoots these tendrils that are like black as night, but also have what looks like this smoke emanating from them. They instantly shoot out from it and go to basically stab you.
Oh, goody.
07. GG. Goodbye.
We'll go ahead and aim for
It's
it.
gonna do 50 damage. You're just gonna get 1 shot and take plus 60 critical injury.
That's not bad.
Hey, like I said,
Oh no. 5 success, 1 threat, and 2 triumph.
Oh my
I'm down.
goodness.
Ow.
I'm just
Oh
incapacitated.
my gosh.
I am incapacitated immediately. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I have
3 soak.
Oh, never mind. It has breach 1.
It's got
I'm definitely
it's got
impaled.
breach 1. Yeah.
And I've
got
got a
breach one.
linked one on that too, so I could breach
Good.
one and a linked one if I wanted.
Are
to
you
activate
gonna
Well,
use
doesn't
your,
linked
oh, no.
require linked requires advantage, doesn't it?
2 advantage,
that?
yeah.
Or a triumph.
Linked requires.
Or try, yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
so okay. Am I
it's
roll? Am I looking?
fine.
Are you using those triumphs for crits or something else?
Let's
or
do
to
this.
link it.
Yeah. So
1
if I
triumph
do
to
the
link, 1
linked-
triumph to crit.
Yeah, if I do
Gosh.
the linked, I think it will. Let's see. I've never used this cool linked ability again. So an additional 12 damage.
So it's additional 8 damage because I can't go above double my wound threshold of 20. So I'm at 20 wounds of 10 threshold.
So instantly, these tendrils, and there's like multiple of them, they shoot out from this thing, stab Professor Hinlow in the back, in the side, and almost lift him up. Kosin and Cal and Doctor, you see these tendrils just hit him and lift him up off the ground and then just release him. And Professor just falls dead.
And
Am I like frozen totally, or am I just physically stuck but can still react?
You basically, someone else seems to be controlling your mind.
Okay, so I can't even like, she would normally like scream, but she isn't reacting because she physically can't.
It's almost like you see it, and maybe as the camera like pans up close to your face just seems to be like normal, but this tear starts to kind of crawl down because Professor Hinlow was your guy,
was the
right?
Sun and moon.
Right. And you're not able to physically react, but the emotion is there. All right, that's this thing's turn.
can I make an incidental action and say something?
He does have a threat and another triumph.
Oh, that's right.
Let's with that.
Oh, so he didn't even
threat-
need 2 triumph to kill you.
Yeah.
Homeboy really just said, nah, perish.
With that triumph, we're gonna do this. As he does this to Professor and releases him, and he kind of swivels back over to the other 3 of you, seeming to ignore Kosin, but he almost like phases out and like jittery phases back in, looking at the Doctor. And with that triumph,
He's a ghost.
with that triumph, Professor, I'm going to give you an upgrade to any check that you, or sorry, Doctor, I'm going to give you an upgrade to any check that you make on your
Professor's
difficulty.
dead.
Yes.
All right, sure.
And with that threat, I'm going to give him a setback on his next check. 3 PC slots, which is really just kind of 2.
So
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Yes.
Where is he in position to the exit door?
You guys are closer to the exit than he is. He's kind of on the back side of the wall. You guys entered in to this area from that area. Yep.
I'm gonna tell Kosin we gotta run, and I'm gonna like put my hand on her shoulder in the way that people do.
Yeah. Okay.
In the way that people do.
Yeah, as soon as you do, you feel this energy leave you. And suddenly you are locked in to Kosin's shoulder, and another crystal goes, and it just falls directly onto one of those claw items. And another of these entities suddenly appear from the archway.
Lovely.
And just come into view, and you suddenly are just like feeling like you can't move. Your muscles are just tight. Let me just add another guy to the mission.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. It's fine. This is all fine.
Good luck, Noah.
Yeah. So terrified, absolutely, peeing his pants a little probably. The good doctor will attempt the only thing he feasibly can in this situation and beg for his life. He's going to like basically scramble, kind of like collapsing backwards, and just like, please, we didn't know we were just dumb explorers just looking for please, if you just let us leave, or we'll you can keep the stuff, I don't care, just let me leave with my life. And I would like to attempt a negotiation with this good gentleman, but I would also like to use one of my skill talents, Stroke of Genius. Once per session, make a one skill check using intellect rather than the characteristic linked to that skill.
Nice.
Here's a question before you roll the dice. Last time we played, Jeff said something to me. What was it? Oh yeah, don't bother rolling. Is this one of those situations?
I want it for the flavor, Joe, okay? Let me have my drama moment.
Let's just say a single check won't negate what an adversary will or will not do. But maybe for the moment, there could be some type of respite.
Yeah.
So
I might
let's see what
live
happens.
a little longer.
Let's see what happens. So what is the difficulty?
So you
Also-
get to use. Oh yeah,
It'd be so cool if you upgraded this.
I think I shall too.
Yeah.
Difficulty will be a red and 2 purple. And let me just make sure he doesn't have anything else.
Despair.
So total it'll be red and 2 purple?
Despair.
1 failure, 2 advantages.
Okay. Ooh, good try. Good try though.
Yeah, good try.
Good try.
It looks at you, and then it says something. And as it speaks, it's like a chorus is echoing throughout the hallways in this room.
Love that.
And it just says, "Let us release you. You shall be unbound." And
Release.
I guess that's your turn, right?
I guess that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Lacey and Joe, as you both are locked in
frozen.
right now, I want both of you to suffer 2 more strain each. As this life force seems to kind of keep leaving you. This other entity that shows up, we'll go to its turn now. It looks over at the doctor, moves closer to it, and these tendrils as well towards you.
Ah, excellent. My time has come.
Okay, so holy cow.
Well, actually, no.
let's-
I mean,
let's
technically.
activate,
That's 1
Link.
success and 7 advantages, by the
Oh,
way.
there it is. There
We'll
it is.
activate Link as well. So that's oh yes, thank you, Lacey. 1 success, 7 advantages. That's going to do 8 damage twice. Not at the same time, but 2 separate times.
Why wouldn't it?
Breach
Oh,
one.
but it's also breach.
Breach 1.
So I don't have any soak.
I'm gonna soak for you.
Why? Because why would I have soak? Why would?
A great question.
These tendrils hit the doctor, and just instantly your eyes and the light that's in him just go out, and these tendrils release the doctor. He goes falling to the floor. With the rest of those advantages, we're gonna maybe just do a kind of a screen wipe. As Kosin and Joe's character Cal, as they're locked in and they're kind of watching this but can't seem to move, they just see one by one these crystals fall from the ceiling. Kink. Another one of these entities appear from these doorways. Another one falls. Crink. Another one appears. They get to the last one, and as the crystal falls, it kind of stops and hovers above the missing claw. One of these entities goes over to it and grabs the crystal. Kosin and Cal, as your life force just continues to drain round after round, you just hear this echoey kind of thing saying, "We must free, we must find." And as that last crystal goes out, darkness overtakes you as you both fall and suddenly become not only incapacitated, but all life leaves you. We are going to end right there for this session. We are going to not have to worry about conflict this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's
But
good.
because you were all good sports and marching in with wonderful zeal, I'm going to give each of you 10 XP that you can add to your other character.
Oh boy.
Excellent.
Yay.
Lovely. 10 XP. Woo! Can we add our other
And,
characters back to
we
this now?
we shall
Yeah.
close there for
Lovely.
this session.
I died.
I died.
I died gruesomely. High five, gruesome death guy.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, that wasn't me. I didn't.
The
I
other
fell asleep
gruesome
pretty
death
much.
guy. High five.
Yeah.
High five.
Thank you guys so much for watching episode 3 / I guess the prologue to the story. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters for your continued support and helping us with any ongoing costs that may incur with the actual play. A huge thank you to RPG Sessions for powering this episode. Blast like, by the way, if you enjoyed the episode. Hit subscribe so you don't miss next week. Comment below a thank you to Simon for editing, cutting up all the actual plays for you wonderful people watching the edited version. We will see you guys next week with episode 4. Until then, and as always, may the force be with you.